Technical SEO sounds intimidating if you are not a developer. Terms like canonical tags, crawl budget, XML sitemaps, and robots.txt feel like they belong in a software engineering meeting, not in your content workflow. But here is the thing, most technical SEO problems on small to mid-sized sites come down to a handful of issues that are straightforward to understand and, in many cases, straightforward to fix without touching code. If Google cannot find your pages, cannot understand their structure, or encounters errors when crawling your site, your content will not rank no matter how good it is. Technical SEO is the foundation that makes everything else possible. In this video, you will learn the core technical SEO concepts in plain language, how to check whether your site has common problems, and which issues are worth fixing yourself versus handing to a developer. No jargon overload, just practical knowledge. The first concept to understand is crawling. Before Google can rank your page, it has to find it. Google uses automated programs called crawlers, sometimes called spiders or bots, that follow links across the web to discover pages. When a crawler arrives at your site, it reads the content, follows internal links to find more pages, and sends everything back to Google for processing and indexing. If something blocks the crawler from reaching your pages, those pages effectively do not exist in Google's world. The most common crawling issue on small sites is accidental blocking. Your robots.txt file, a simple text file at the root of your domain, tells crawlers which parts of your site they can access. If someone misconfigures this file, it can block Google from crawling entire sections. You can check your robots.txt by going to yoursite.com/robots.txt in a browser. Look for lines that say disallow. If you see disallow /, that means the entire site is blocked from crawling, a critical problem. If you see specific paths being disallowed, make sure those paths should actually be blocked and not important content pages. The second concept is indexing. Crawling is finding the page. Indexing is adding it to Google's searchable database. A page can be crawled but not indexed if Google decides it is duplicate content, low quality, or if the page has a noindex meta tag that explicitly tells Google not to index it. You can check which of your pages are indexed in Google Search Console under the Pages report. This report shows you pages that are indexed, pages that are not indexed, and the specific reason for each exclusion. Common reasons include crawled, currently not indexed, duplicate without user-selected canonical, and blocked by robots.txt. If you see important pages listed as not indexed, investigate why. A page marked as duplicate without user-selected canonical might need a canonical tag pointing to the correct URL. A page marked as crawled, currently not indexed, might need better content or more internal links pointing to it so Google recognizes its value. Canonical tags are a concept that sounds complex but solves a simple problem. Sometimes the same content is accessible at multiple URLs. Your homepage might load at yoursite.com, www.yoursite.com, yoursite.com/index.html, and yoursite.com/?ref=social. To Google, those are four different URLs potentially containing the same content. Without guidance, Google has to guess which one is the real version. A canonical tag is an HTML element you place in the page's head section that tells Google which URL is the preferred version. Most content management systems handle this automatically, but it is worth checking, especially if you have URL parameters from tracking links, sorting options, or filter pages. Site speed is another technical factor that affects both user experience and search performance. Google has confirmed that page experience, including loading speed, is part of its ranking systems. You do not need a perfect score on every speed test, but if your pages take 5 or 6 seconds to load, you are losing visitors and possibly losing ranking positions. The easiest way to check is Google's PageSpeed Insights tool. Enter your URL and you will get a report showing your core web vitals, largest contentful paint, which measures how fast the main content loads, interaction to next paint, which measures responsiveness, and cumulative layout shift, which measures visual stability. Focus on the field data section, which shows real user experience, rather than the lab data, which is a simulated test. Common speed fixes that do not require deep development skills include compressing images before uploading them, using a caching plugin if you are on WordPress, removing unused plugins and scripts, and choosing a hosting provider that serves pages quickly. If your core web vitals are in the red zone and the suggested fixes involve code changes, that is when you should bring in a developer rather than experimenting yourself. Mobile friendliness is no longer optional. Google uses mobile-first indexing, which means it primarily looks at the mobile version of your site when deciding what to index and how to rank it. If your site looks great on desktop but is broken on mobile, the mobile version is what Google evaluates. Most modern website themes and templates are responsive by default, meaning they adjust layout for different screen sizes. But it is worth testing. Use Google's mobile-friendly test tool or simply pull up your site on your phone and click through several pages. Check that text is readable without zooming, buttons are tappable without accidental clicks on adjacent elements, and content does not extend beyond the screen width. HTTPS is another baseline technical requirement. If your site still loads over HTTP instead of HTTPS, browsers show a not secure warning that can drive visitors away, and Google has stated that HTTPS is a ranking signal. Most hosting providers offer free SSL certificates through services like Let's Encrypt. If you are unsure whether your site uses HTTPS, look at the URL bar in your browser. If there is a padlock icon, you are on HTTPS. If there is a warning, you need to install an SSL certificate. Here is a technical SEO starter checklist for non-developers. 1. Check your robots.txt to make sure important pages are not blocked. 2. Review the pages report in Google Search Console for indexing issues. 3. Verify canonical tags on your key pages. 4. Run your homepage and 2 or 3 key pages through PageSpeed Insights and address any critical speed issues. 5. Test your site on mobile and fix any layout or usability problems. 6. Confirm your site loads over HTTPS. 7. Submit an XML sitemap in Google Search Console to help Google discover all your pages. You can generate a sitemap with most CMS platforms or free sitemap generator tools. Run through this checklist once per quarter, and you will catch most technical issues before they cause significant damage to your search visibility. SEO Signal Room explains how search engines, keywords, content clusters, backlinks, and search intent actually work. The channel turns confusing SEO advice into practical frameworks for bloggers, founders, marketers, and creators who want search traffic that can compound over time. This video is general SEO education, not a guarantee of rankings, traffic, or revenue. Search results vary by query, site quality, competition, location, intent, timing, and algorithm changes.